Rutgers won the toss and elected to defer. So Oregon, who scored just 13 points on offense last week in that loss to Indiana, is going to get the first opportunity. The man you just highlighted, Dante Moore.
It really never looked like he got settled in, but this Rutgers defense, they've given up some pass plays in the back end, so a chance for Dante to bounce back.
Noah Whittington gets the start at running back, and he's going to get the first carry of the day. And across the edge he goes for a healthy gain on first down. Unconfirmed. Second down and now out of the pistol for Dante Moore, and some pressure. And Rutgers wins that battle with Bradley Weaver all over it. And it's third down. Moore out into the flat, caught by Gary Bryant Jr. And the ball comes out, and Rutgers recovers it. The first fumble of the year for Oregon.
Wow, what a play for Rutgers defense. What a start for the Scarlet Knights. Dante Moore, he sees this all the way. He sees Rutgers bringing an all-out blitz. He checks to this exact screen, and Coach Stein told us yesterday they love throwing these screens to Gary Bryant, one of their veterans in the room, a guy they trust. But that was just putting a helmet right on the football, and it popped out.
Nathan Kaliak, man, his first time on the field today, and he wants to throw. And he's going to give it up to one of his jump ball targets, KJ Duff, at 6'6", and it's second down. On second down, he wants Duff again, and he got caught up over half of their plays, and now they hurry up to third down. And again to the air, and again for Duff, and another jump ball, and Finney wins the battle.
That length helped them break that one up.
Now Jay Patel to try and tie a career-long 51-yard attempt, and Rutgers is able to take advantage. Keep Rutgers to the 51-yard field goal make, tying a career-long. So second time that Scallion has kicked off today, and he sends this into the end zone, and back comes the Oregon.
Once again, we're wondering how are they going to bounce back.
So after the first lost fumble of the year, Moore to the air, and he throws to Noah Whittington, who's tackled after a short gain by Jacoby Henderson.
I was going to say, you know, we always want to talk about the skill position with the Ducks, but I got my eyes on the offensive line.
Back to Whittington, and he churns forward, and it's third down. On third down, the pitch. And Whittington has room to run around the edge and more. Whittington gets a block. He's down the sideline. And Noah Whittington scores! Touchdown, Oregon!
Until, I mean, pretty much the entire run, he was untouched.
Now Atticus Sappington on for the point after. And it's good. Will Stein told us. And now Atticus Sappington is going to kick it away. And Ben Black will let it go. Rutgers' first possession was 3 throws and then a field goal after that Oregon fumble. So the first run of the game for Antoine Raymond's going nowhere. And you mentioned Amari Washington. It feels like they have finally, that are Biletnikoff Award watch list pass catchers, one of just 3 teams in the country that can say that. Pressure, and it's batted away. Down on the field pregame watching Oregon warm up, and they had close eyes on him. D.T. Sheffield, tough catch.
Once again, not giving up much to the Scarlet Knights.
Jacob Anderson stretching it out, and now finally gets it away. And by the time he does, his cover team is almost. Noah Whittington had a big run for a touchdown the last time he touched it, and Kaj Sanders is there to tackle. Whittington again. Moore on the move. Throws to McClellan. Did he stay in bounds? Yes, he did.
Passed off every route, but Dante will just put it where you can't stop it.
And now he throws far to the other side, incomplete, looking for more. We love what.
So far, these freshmen have been shining for the Ducks.
Inside run this time, and the pressure was ready for it. Rutgers defense all over it. And he stands beside Dante Moore. And he picks up pressure to give more time to throw a strike to Kenyon Sadiq.
Thing that Indiana did last week and Dante struggled with. Didn't struggle with it that time.
Gets it out quickly to Cooper Perry. It shows the trust they have in Jordan Davison. On 3rd and long, he stayed in. Rutgers brought the pressure. He picked it up. Now Moore fakes it to him. Fakes again and throws into traffic. And Sadiq makes a really difficult catch. A double clutch completion on both ends.
Well, this is a really unique screen. Almost looked like Sadiq was going to start out to the flat like he was running some of those plays that Oregon's run once or twice already. Keep an eye on his legs here on 3rd down.
There he goes. And he converts. And Moore stumbles down. A flag comes in. We'll see the result of the penalty. He feels like
holding. Offense, 10-yard penalty, still results in 1st down.
We didn't get a number on it. I do think it's Kenyon Sadiq, the tight end here on the left side of your screen. Just keep an eye on it. Got a handful of jersey, and yep, they're going to.
After Jake, your 1-for-1 predictive plays. Moore in rhythm. End zone. Sadiq. Did he get there? Yes. Touchdown. And a beauty. 2 big-time touchdowns for Oregon after going down 3-0. And now Sappington on for the point after, maybe. James Ferguson Reynolds, the punter and the holder, stands back behind in that shotgun. And now they are going to snap for the 2-point and convert. A flag comes in. It's the tight end Roger Saliapaga who came up to take the snap. And let's check on the penalty.
Illegal formation, huh? Oh.
So offsetting penalties, offsides and illegal formation.
So let's see. Yeah. And 3 in the backfield. And really, this is something you have to expect with the Ducks. They get into this kind of muddle huddle, this strange looking huddle, and really when you do that, guy, you're just looking for advantageous numbers. They didn't even have the right numbers there, but they caught Rutgers kind of standing up vertically, and they wanted to run that kind of mock quarterback sneak into standing up defenders.
So your run-of-the-mill extra point, when it's all said and done, it's 14-3.
Or both.
Both. And what they want to see right now is their offense come on and strike back, because Oregon's had 2 quick. And Kaliak Manis gets it out quickly this time, and it's caught by Kenny Fletcher. And the run for Raymond. And he pushes forward for what should be a 1st down. That was the first down today for Rutgers offense. And Kaliak Manis wants to throw. Under pressure. Gets away from one and then heaves it past the line of scrimmage. Did he get out of the pocket to avoid the intentional grounding? Now 2nd down. Pressure up the middle. Picked up. DT Sheffield squeezes it. Tough catch. There goes Sheffield sprinting in motion on 3rd and short. Raymond dances his way for a 1st down. Good run. I mean, that's high praise. I mean, to be able to run like that.
Running styles, they remind me of one another.
Kaliak Manis, ball comes out, and Rutgers is able to recover it. A loss of 7 yards on that play. And so to the ground, and Raymond spinning his way through, still moving forward and moving forward some more.
They're showing that same 0 pressure look. Looks like they might drop out of it this time.
And they do. But pressure comes from the edge, and it's complete to Strong. Makes one man miss and comes up short of the line to gain, but it's 4th and very short. Finney made the stop, and the question now, do you go for this? In the shotgun on 4th and 1 to run it. Raymond got it easily. The back-to-back touchdowns for the Ducks. Kaliakmanis batted up, jump ball, intercepted. Oregon took it away.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 50, 15-yard penalty again, first down.
Back-to-back touchdown drives for Oregon, and Dante Moore back out there. And he wants to throw. And he layers it to Gary Bryant Jr. for an explosive play and a first down. Friday night at Washington was their most physical performance of the year. He was happy with it. He knew they'd have another one coming today. Little trick play, fake the end around. Jordan Davison takes it on the direct snap. 2 tight ends and a running back beside the football. And Malik Benson in motion. He'll take the jet sweep, and he runs into space, and he goes flying inside the 25-yard line. Another first down.
They practiced this all week.
It's another trick. It's Bryant. Back to Dante Moore. To the end zone. Sadiq! He caught it again. Another spectacular catch for a touchdown. Gage Hurrick is on for the PAT. And he's got it.
Clearly a correction today, feeding their star tight end.
Second touchdown of the day for Sadiq. Fair catch there from Ben Black. An explosive offensive first half for Oregon after turning it over on the first possession of all things. And now Antoine Raymond bottled up, and let's go down to Brooke. And listening to what Brooke said, it's clear the Ducks feel like they have that. Kaliakmanis, long throw and connection. Nice snag by KJ Duff.
Coming down with it to move the chains.
They also don't give up many points in the first half. They average 5 points allowed per first half this year, and Oregon's got it again. Came out of the pile with it. Did this ball come out? Definitely it did. Aaron Flowers. What a collision.
Yeah.
The second Rutgers turnover of the night. Dier Hill, the freshman running back, is coming to the game, and he's going to take the pitch. The first time he's touched it today, and he's got a first down in space. And Oregon's keeping their foot down on the gas. Back to Hill. Hill stays on his feet to churn for a couple more. Good gain. Thunder and lightning is what they call the two freshmen, Davison and Hill. Hill's lightning. Back to the air for Moore. Back to the end zone. And this time it's DeCorey and Moore for the score.
Sells it to the corner. Bang, puts his foot in the ground. This is teach tape right here.
And 3 of them have been for touchdowns. Now Atticus Sappington back out to kick it off. And Ben Black will fair catch it. And let's go back to DeCorey and Moore's. And Rutgers just looking. I mean, their last couple of drives, they were able to create some movement. Too high for DT Sheffield. Remember, they had a drive.
Great job selling your eyes. Ross Douglas, the wide receiver coach down there, guy. Did you know he was one of my roommates in college? We were freshmen together at the University of Michigan.
Oh, we need to get him a mic. We have a lot of questions. Ethan Kaliakmanis going to the tight end, Fletcher, and it's out of his reach.
By the trivia.
Kaliakmanis, pressured, got away from Muyungalele. Gets away from the second man, but not Bear Alexander. This time, Jacob Anderson kicks it away quickly to Gary Bryant, and textbook, he got hit right away.
Big time.
Yeah, that's a good point. Noah Whittington back to work for the Ducks. Already
over a first down per touch.
He gets another. Good block in front, patient run, and he's got a first down, another chunk run. They have responded after last week's frustrations. Now Dante Moore wants to throw. DeCorey and Moore again. Foot in the ground. One man, and the second man finally holds him up long enough. A freshman from Duncanville, Texas, who has lived up to the billing. Now it's back to Whittington. Huge hole. Whittington's through it and gone. $10 for 120 on the ground for Whittington, a couple of touchdowns. Pancho Lalaulu, the center, spoke this week. Big leader. He sounded like a man who had no doubt his team would respond this way. He was right. Sappington, the point after. H. Hurrick. We're seeing 2 kickers today for Oregon. Hurrick has kicked the point after. Atticus Sappington has done it too. Now Hurrick's going to kick it away. Not seeing nearly the Jay-Sean Benjamin is the back, and he'll get it. A good run for him so far tonight, for what's been a well-oiled passing machine this year. Antoine Raymond gets bottled up and pulled down, and it's now 3rd down and a long 3. Mateo Ui under the leg. Play clock is down to 4. Kaliakmanis gives, and Raymond's able to pick up the 1st down. Good run. Rutgers scored on the opening possession of the game thanks to a fumble from Oregon. They kicked a 51-yard field goal, and that's been it. They had a good drive of 10 plays earlier in the half, stall out because of a turnover. Kaliakmanis throws. Nice catch by KJ Duff on the back hip. I got green. Play clock at 5. Oh, and Kaliakmanis did give it, which was the right decision, but it results in nothing.
I'm interested how they get the Rutgers R on there, but without the red coloring. Who do they have to talk to?
Nike. And they get it done, just like Antoine Raymond on that run. You can see in that Oregon sideline. Here comes pressure on 1st down. Picked up. Kaliakmanis. Bust. Sheffield. And it just off his fingertips.
Couldn't make it happen.
8th play of this possession. And a strong run that time from Jay-Sean Benjamin. In some variation of words said, when you watch the film, you can tell the other coaching staff loves ball. They both complimented each other in that way. It has been fantastic. Meanwhile here, 4th down for Rutgers. Kaliakmanis. There's DT Sheffield and a 1st down conversion. He was able to walk off. Kaliakmanis has a 1st down opportunity to fade it towards the end zone for Ben Black, and it's broken up.
You know, that ball is supposed to go to Ian Strong, who's 6'3", and
Antoine Raymond bounces off of Uyunglele, but cannot get away. You're not in the clock game right now, down 35-3. You're in the need to score game. Oregon's getting 0. Look at this, everybody at the line on 3rd down. And they then bring 3. Kaliakmanis spins away and dives forward.
And he's matched up on Brandon Finney Jr., a guy that they really haven't thrown at since early in the game.
Kaliakmanis steps up, and it's incomplete. Jersey got grabbed as he tried to let it go. So Oregon takes over with 1:57 to go, 3 timeouts, an eternity for this offense. Dante Moore just feeling his way out of trouble.
What you're seeing today is a quarterback bouncing back, or really just getting back to who he is. Last week just is not who he is.
Play clock at 1, and they get it off. And Moore's going to load up and take a shot for Malik Benson, and he can't bring it down. Pressure picked up. Moore cuts it loose, and on the money to Jamari Johnson. Johnson down the sideline, a stiff arm, and finally gets tackled down inside the 20.
Great job there by Johnson, winning on time and giving Dante Moore a friendly throw.
Here's Davison. You said Oregon brought 2 planes. So here is 2nd down. The total yardage just piling up for Oregon. And now movement up front, and Oregon.
Offside. Number 94.
And movement again.
Offside. Defense. Heckles.
And they get it off. Dante Moore looking. Wants to throw it back, and instead he just throws it out. Moore wants Johnson again. Johnson has it sail over his head. Now Whittington shifts near Moore in the backfield. And Moore's looking that way, and that is a catch. Did he catch it? Did he hold on? He sure did. What a catch from the running back. Did he do it?
Looks like it.
Oregon got down the field at, what, 1:15, didn't need a timeout. 42 first half points, 43 seconds to go in the first half. We're back in 30. I know many of our Big Ten colleagues got to spend time with him recently at Big Ten basketball media days, and his passing certainly leaves a giant void. There is no doubt in our thoughts and love.
That timeout, remember they had to use a timeout when Ian Strong got injured. It's a big timeout as far as this situation applies.
They're 3 yards per play. They run it here on first down. And on a short gain, Dan Lanning, Oregon's got 3 timeouts. I think, they did not use one. I heard whistles there to stop the play. I wonder if he considered it. Now, Rutgers is going to hurry it up. And Kaliak-Manis is going to take a deep shot. Now the clock stops.
Down 2, yeah? Texas Tech, yeah?
It's the time of year, there's a handful of those unbeatens left. And slowly, they go down. Antoine Raymond stopped.
They try to get it from the backside, it looks like.
Anderson just gets it away. Gary Bryant's going to fair catch it with some traffic around him.
What can you do to grow and adapt from it? Just like Ohio State did last year after their regular season losses.
Imagine if they started playing football earlier.
Like breaking my mind. I know, that's crazy.
1766 is when Rutgers became a college. Offense will start it in the second half for wasn't it great too to see Finney challenged on the first possession of the game today and answer the bell. Rutgers starts on the ground here in the second half, but they went right at, that's what we expected. He came to Oregon and has been an instant impact freshman. Ethan Kaliak-Manis throws complete to KJ Duff.
What Tosh loves about him, though, he prepares like a veteran.
Antoine Raymond for 3. Ball junkie. That's what he called. That's what Tosh Lupoy called him, a ball junkie.
He can do his job better in context.
Kaliak-Manis pressured by Tuioti and just floats it away. Third down, pressure, and it's broken up. Kennedy, the nickelback.
No, I do not think so. It's just, I know Uyunglele loves the spin move. Tuioti broke it out there.
Finney was the one making pressure on that punt. And
dinged up, but I'll keep an eye on him. Let you guys know once I know more.
All right, Brooke, he was spectacular in that first half. Made 2 great catches. Here's a big run for Jordan Davison. Davison's into space. He's across midfield. Swipes a man away, fighting his way down inside the 25.
Who wouldn't love to play running back for the Ducks with the way the offensive line is blocking?
It's such a great history of it. Davison, big hole, cuts it into the end zone. It's another Oregon touchdown. So Noah Whittington's got 11 carries for 125. Jordan Davison's got 3 for 100. Gage Hurrick during the break. Another fair catch, and let's go to Dave Rebson with a studio update.
Yeah, I mean, Penn State's on the road there at Kinnick. That is a tough place to play. Oregon be heading there after playing Wisconsin next weekend.
Good run for Jayshon Benjamin, and a first down out across the 40. This game's a headset communication is turned off. And he'll go back to Benjamin. And I'll finish that point in a moment, Jake. It was a number that didn't lie. And then suddenly time of possession didn't tell you who dominated the game, because Oregon was scoring in 2 minutes and then scoring again and then scoring again. And, today's an example. They've been so explosive. This is probably as close as the time of possession's been all game. It's 35-29 in favor of Rutgers, but at one point early it was about a 10 or 12 minute differential because of just how explosive this Oregon offense is. Kaliak-Manis keeps for the first down.
We're going to score as fast as we possibly can, and we do not care. It's about explosive plays.
Kaliak-Manis, everybody meets in the backfield.
The psychology of these coaches and teams has completely changed. Oh, man.
Nearly intercepted by Theron Johnson. Kaliak-Manis pressured and throws it high, and it's intercepted. Aaron Flowers with the pick. And Moore's going to take what the defense gives him, which is a ton. He's across midfield looking for blocks, and he finally slides down from the program record. With a quarter and a half to go. Now here's Hill chipping into it.
Everyone picked Oregon on the video games growing up because you knew they'd have a great offense. So there's been some big-time stats put up over the years.
Hill. And he gets a first down, and a flag comes in. Now another flag.
Personal foul, grasping, twisting the face mask. Defense, number 16. Half the distance to the goal, automatic. First down.
Dier Hill going the other way, but yet you heard the grasp and the twist. And back to the ground. And Hill gets it on the act. But a flag comes in.
Holding.
And so that'll wipe
Offense,
out a
number
touchdown.
10-yard penalty, first down.
Dier Hill back in there on first and goal from the 20. Which I guess gives them opportunity to pick up more yards, if nothing else. Dante Moore. And that is fought for and intercepted by Cam Miller. Miller forced a fumble tonight, and now he's got a pick. Rutgers takes over after the Cam Miller interception. And Jayshon Benjamin. 2 interceptions, 1 out of deflection at the line of scrimmage. Back to Benjamin, and he gets pulled down by Devin Jackson after a short game. Third down for DT Sheffield, who's, to that point, Jake, a big play target. This is Kenny Fletcher, the tight end, who can't hang on, and it's fourth down. Entered without a lost fumble all year. He had 3 turnovers in this game. DeCorian Moore will wave for that fair catch. Oregon's offense back out. Trip east against Penn State on their last road trip as well. This is Jay Harris, who had his touchdown wiped out by a holding on the last possession. And he turns the corner with some heat.
Harris, the ball carrier.
Well, the left side of that offensive line has been dominant today. Isaiah World, mentioned he's 6'8", 320. Fifth-year transfer out of Nevada. Emmanuel Pregnon, another fifth-year transfer out of USC. It's been easy sledding when running behind those 2 big boys.
Moore flicks it out to Hill. And he keeps going for a first down. We said earlier, they're thunder and lightning. Davison is thunder. Hill is lightning. Well, earlier Davison looked like lightning, and right here Hill looks like thunder.
They can do a little bit of everything, you know, but this is just Will Stein, and, you know, this isn't like a boot action in a flat route. That is a screen. You see the wide receivers downfield blocking for him. They knew that that ball was going to go to Dier Hill 100% of the way. It's just a unique way to run a screen and a unique way to get the ball in Dier Hill's hands.
There you see record watch tonight, 603 yards, over 600 yards of total offense. The program record, 777. Here's Hill. Big hole. Dier Hill. Nothing but taillights. Touchdown Ducks.
Result of the play is a touchdown. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct. Offense number 71. The 15-yard penalty to be assessed on the kickoff. It is 71's first unsportsmanlike conduct penalty.
Third time this year, you know, for all the talk of travel.
Yeah.
These guys got in last night and slept good, clearly. Line drive caught by Ben Black. Tough catch for Ben Black and a good one. And then he runs into the crowd at the 40. Coming up later tonight, Saturday Night. 8th and Kaliak Manis. Antoine Raymond will carry. Does a defense doesn't consider 3 a shutout, but does not allowing a touchdown. Tosh Lupoy, we talked to him at the end of the Northwestern game. They gave up a couple scores. They were not happy about it.
Yeah, it's an exponential curve there. A shutout is really, really exciting, but not allowing a touchdown, that's like the next best thing, but not quite in the same world as a shutout.
Hold on, you said you didn't go to class.
Yeah, wait a second.
And you just dropped exponential curve on the line.
Hey, wait a second. I went to math class.
Okay.
And I went to your history. I should have went to history class if you were my history teacher.
2nd and 5 for Raymond. Wow. That's swallowed up. Tion Gray lost a shoe.
Take a look at this guy. Look at the Blake Purchase right here. Bam! On the tight end. They just keep running these guys on back blocks. At that time, it's Colin Weber. Last drive, it was Kenny Fletcher.
Kaliak-Manis swamped. And loses a yard. Chris Jones, the defensive back, getting some snaps.
Yeah, but it looked like number 20, Dylan Williams there, coming on a late pressure as well. Off the slot, 54, Jerry Mixon gets in on it.
All right, now here comes the punt team. I said Jones, Dylan Williams. Thank you, Jake.
And I said
6-3.
I said coming off the slot, Dylan Williams. He's a linebacker. He has a neck roll. Unless nickelbacks are playing with neck rolls these days.
That was a hint to both of us to double check. DeCorian Moore with the fair catch. Oregon's offense coming back out, and let's go to Dave Revson for a studio update. All right, meanwhile here at 56 points on the board for the offense, and Dante Moore's day is done. Brock Thomas, the walk-on from Eugene, from Sheldon High School, of course made famous for Justin Herbert, and a great legacy opportunity for him as he steps onto the field. You saw the note on his father and grandfather, a family of Ducks. And he'll give it off to Jay Harris.
So you'd say this is a low pressure situation for Brock Thomas, but little does he know that there is a record at stake here.
That's right.
He's got a lot riding on his ability to operate this offense.
Young man who redshirted, played in a couple of games as a true freshman in 23, did not appear in a game last year. And flags.
All the backups are in.
Offside, defense number 55. 5-yard penalty results for the first time.
For Oregon, you're talking?
Yeah, that was offsides by Angoy. I was just going to say that's just a good job. This is the second unit, Oregon's backup offensive line. It was a good job there working on the dummy count guy, going on 2, getting Rutgers to jump offsides.
Jay Harris remains the back, and he'll get it again. On first down, gets a few. Brock Thomas does have 2 completions in his career. You know, he'd love to walk out of here with his first career touchdown. Something his offensive coordinator also did in this building. Will Stein's first career touchdown as a quarterback at Louisville came here 15 years ago. Thomas, right to Harris, and he gets pushed out. It'll depend on this spot. It's 3rd down and short. So Dante Moore tonight, winning streak ended at 23 when they lost to Indiana, but they brought another streak in here today, the longest road winning streak in the country, 9 games. And the 4th quarter starts with Brock Thomas delivering on the money to Jeremiah McClellan. He's going to give it off. Jay Harris cuts it back into a wall. Thomas. And that's behind Cooper Perry.
2nd down throw. Let's see if they can give Brock a clean pocket here.
Thomas throws complete. That is Perry. He's going to be shy of the line to gain even after the fight. And now it's 4th down. Ferguson Reynolds. Rick Basso, the snap. And that did. Oh, that was wide to the left. New quarterback here for Rutgers is A.J. Surace, a sophomore from New Jersey, and he'll give it off for a couple. So Ethan Kaliak-Manis. And he'll give it to Benjamin. And there's no doubt who that was. Dylan Williams with the neck roll and the stick.
No way should Iowa have competed with us. So not only did they compete, they beat us. So obviously, Oregon, you know, the pressure's on.
And this team's playing like it. I mean, this is just one night. There's many more, as you see, a long way to go. But this is how Dan Lanning teams, they have not lost a lot. And they certainly have not lost in the regular season for a couple years. Punt is muffed, and it's recovered by Rutgers. So Surace back out there, and he gives it off to Benjamin. Cuts it back. And Benjamin, again, tackled it with the expanded playoff. Very much still not just a contender, but one of the favorites. Among the favorites to win a national championship, certainly to compete for one. And yet, when this game started,
and practice is key, Guy. They're saying this is a true meritocracy. We're going to play the best players based on not just your production on Saturdays, but what you do during the week in practice, what you do during team meetings, and what you do in your free time if you're watching film or not.
It's a defense that had 3 players off the defensive line drafted in the first 3 rounds of the NFL draft. Derek Harmon and Jordan Burch and Jamari Caldwell. And they have come back this year looking just as physical, just as tough. I guess that's the question too, right? When you look at the big picture as Benjamin takes it, is this a championship level defense in your mind?
I mean, it has to be. I mean, they're in that conversation. Is this defense in the context of a team capable of winning a championship? Absolutely, I would say. Absolutely. I mean, in a sense, I think their run defense has been better this year than last year. I give a ton of credit to Aaron Flowers and Dylan Thieneman, those guys being able to fly down and run support at the safety position.
You know they don't want to give a touchdown here. They've only given up 3 passing touchdowns all year. Rutgers has kept it on the ground here after the muffed punt recovery. Surace gives to Benjamin again, and he squeezes through a hole to bring up 4th down and short. It'll be maybe a long yard coming up for Rutgers.
So this is an important 4th down then, all things considered, if you're trying to keep this score at 3 and avoid giving up a touchdown, and for Rutgers, a chance to find some life for your second unit. This would be huge for this unit.
Benjamin. And he is, I think, across the line to gain. Yep, Jake, and it is indeed a 1st down, 1st and goal coming up here for Rutgers.
Well, Kirk Shiraka, he's not spending much time thinking about the play call, and they've ran that little inside zone towards the right side, I think 3 or 4 straight times. They are finding just a little something with it. It was a good job there by Benjamin, too. Those short yardage plays are really messy. Sometimes you just got to fight and try to find that little sliver of light to get home.
1st and goal for Surace. Puts it up towards the end zone, and it's caught out of bounds. Incomplete. He was looking for Sinai de Graffenriet, the freshman from Atlantic City. Nearly had his first career catch.
Well, and a freshman in coverage, Naheem Offord. Number 14, 14 and 14, 2 freshmen.
Well, Offord is the guy that paints the picture for people who say, come on, guys, are they really evaluating? Offord actually was a guy who played early, and Tosh Lupoy said made a couple mistakes late against Northwestern. It cost him playing time. He has really earned his way back onto the field through practice.
Love the way he's been practicing.
Here comes pressure. Surace stands in there and delivers, but it's broken up. Sione Laulea. And now it's third down. A.J. Surace took over on the last possession for Ethan Kaliak-Manis in there at quarterback. He gives it, and the door opens wide for Jay-Sean Benjamin. And Rutgers is in the end zone for the first time tonight.
Well, and it looked like they checked to this at the line of scrimmage and looked like Oregon was bringing pressure.
They took 4 minutes and 9 plays to take it from the 30 into the paint. Jay Patel for the point after, and that is good.
But he makes it look easy. I mean, it's hard work, but it's effortless for Dante Moore when he's on and when he's clicking.
A touchback for Oregon, and let's go to Dave Repson with a studio update. So out comes the Oregon offense, and if you wanted them to break the record, 777 yards of total offense.
So many chunk plays too. They just you do that by having explosives.
Strong run there from Riggs. Pardon me, that is Riggs.
That is Riggs.
All right, Dejan Riggs.
Well, there was 3 running backs in the backfield, so they're starting to mix them in here a little bit.
Yeah, that is a, you need a tight-knit running back room when you got this many mouths to feed. It seems like they have one.
Yeah, yep.
Will Stein, the offensive coordinator. His offense has come back with a vengeance today.
I'd love to ask those guys too, like, do those running backs, do they have enough perspective to understand how fresh they feel right now compared to if they were each getting 20 carries a game?
Here's Brock Thomas breaking out, and a first down for the quarterback.
All right, Brock, you're going to get in the mix a little bit. We've been talking about the running backs. How about Brock Thomas? It looks like he's got a little speed to him.
Sure does.
Yeah, nice job. Nice job reading it out, and good ball security into the second level.
Now up to 716 yards of total offense for Oregon. They would need another possession if they're going to break the record given their field position.
Or an explosive, like, yeah, well, regardless, you do need another possession. So, but now you're thinking. Actually, Dan's definitely not thinking.
Dan's not thinking.
He's not in hurry up, yeah.
Dan will find out about this later, maybe.
Dan's saying, guys, we got 700 yards offense. It's a good day.
That's right. Well, and it has been in so many ways. Didn't you just get the sense talking to them this week and watching their players talk? And here's Riggs breaking out again, another first down. And it'd be understandable. They just want to get back on the field so quickly. But it felt like they had their feet firmly planted. Dan Lanning said it early in the week, hey, we've moved on. Watching his players talk, it felt like that was the case.
I think that is a great point because, and I'm guilty of it, you know, we've talked about a bounce back opportunity, Oregon to prove themselves after the loss. What I listened to, what I heard this week when they were talking to the media, what I heard in coaching meetings, and what I saw today wasn't a team trying to prove anything. This is just Oregon being who Oregon is. They're just telling us, hey, last week is not us. We made far too many mistakes. We played below our standard. We did not show up prepared. This is who we are. Let's get back to playing Oregon Duck football.
They have not lost many games under Dan Lanning. They have not lost many regular season games. We know this under Dan Lanning. It's been over 2 years to the day since their last regular season loss. We'll run another play here before the 2 minute, but look at the teams in gold. These are the games they've lost under Dan Lanning. All the teams in yellow there, Georgia in the opener his first year, Washington twice, the year Washington went to the national title, Ohio State last year. Those teams all played for a national title in those years, and Georgia and Ohio State won it. Riggs. And Brock Thomas in at quarterback. And he gives it off to Harris. This game has been out of the norm for the scores that we've seen around the league today. But maybe that's because Oregon is just a different beast.
I would agree with that.
That Dan Lanning post-game interview at Penn State was such an insight into him. And then you saw him last week in the darkness in Eugene take his shirt off for the crowd. They went crazy. It just beloved the job he's done. And they will let the record lie and head back home with 56 on the board. Pretty good.
Yeah. And there's a, you mentioned that post-game interview by Dan and the way this team's played today. There is an absolute hunger about this coaching staff and this team. Maybe that's an advantage of having a young staff. I mean, they want to be the ones to bring a national championship home to Oregon. And I've said it before, Guy, I just feel like as long as Dan Lanning is the head coach at Oregon, it's a matter of when, not if. He's the guy to bring a championship home to the Ducks.
They're working on a dream, and they've got a good chance at it. Dan Lanning, Greg Schiano, so much respect between those two. We saw a backflip from Brady Bidwell after the kneel down. That might be a first. And Oregon's going to extend the nation's longest road winning streak here tonight. It's their 10th road win in a row, and they do it with 750 total yards of offense.